Hi everybody, Mature Simmer. So welcome back to Shapes 2. Continuing on here, just plowing along in really exploring what this has to offer. I'm going to start working on the last of these milestones because I think it's going to take a little bit of time, just given what we've got. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. Goodness gracious. All right. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take some more squares, and so we'll just get these over first, and just get those running over, and then basically we need to create quarters. So it's going to take a little bit of time. Now there's abilities later on as we get further along in the game to copy things and paste them. So like the thing is, I really almost need to build the same type of situation twice here. Because what I want, I'm going to do a cutter. We're going to rotate and flip at this point. So rotate, flip again, because we're there, and all right. So I've got two pieces. Well, actually, yeah, I'm going to have a little bit more throughput here, but that's not a bad idea. So I'm basically going to, again, have two things dumping stuff in, because at the end of the day, I'm going to rotate, rotate. All right, and so the question is, let's see, let's do this. It's a little different than I've designed this before, but to not waste things, I'm going to actually cut these this way. And then what I need to do, again, they don't need to be aligned exactly this way. So I just need things in the corner. So in each case, I need a, all right, let's see. All right, I need that rotation. And then in this case, so because of how that is, see, now this gets more complicated, because basically I'm going to need to, no, actually that works. So yeah, sometimes it's just, you gotta, if you can think in 3D, you're going to be in better shape. So, all right, we've got that milestone done. So that helps us move. Again, just to avoid wasting things, let's go back. Where is this? All right, so it's these. So I am going to stop and stop so that we aren't dumping out a bunch of things there. Let's just stay focused, because otherwise it gets far too easy to you know, again, create more drama than we need. All right, so we're going to go there, and again, there, and all right, I've already got the rotator. So, right, so that's exactly what I want. And then again, I need to rotate this one there, and then rotate this one there. So that should work. And then I'm going to need stackers to put them together. So I'm just going to go with 4. Similarly, we're just going to go with 4. All right. And so what I need to do is run these there, Going to run these there. Let's go back down. These there. All right, and then let's just get around to this side. And yes, we've got exactly what we want. So we're going to run this here. Whoops, we're going to anchor that there, and then we're going to bring it over here. So that'll be there, and then similarly, we just need to run the same things. Well, I guess it doesn't actually matter, but we just need, 2 and 2. It's a little different concept, because I think over there I had kept things a little bit more organized. But we're going to, again, run these over separately, and we can see they are both the shape, and so most importantly, we're there. Got another milestone, so this is in halves with halves. All right, so we're working on that, so the pyramids are going to finish, and then we'll actually have our first side task done. All right, so these are moving, they're just not moving quickly, so again, I'm always looking for things that are backed up to just make sure I don't have something screwed up. All right, so the question is, wow. All right, because I have this, but then I need half circles. All right, so I am going to, right now, delete that, and I'm going to save those up. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to get rid of that entirely, and then, wow. Yeah, so, because the thing is, I'm looking at this shape here. There's just challenges. So, this is kind of the fun. All right. So, on these, I need, again, cutters in theory. I want 4 cutters. Well, I want 4 half destroyers is what I want. Okay, so those need 4, these need 3. Okay, so these run a little quicker. I might just do 1 set here. But basically that's going to give me those, so those will work. But it seems, yeah, see, so with these now, if I want to use these, which I certainly wouldn't mind, but if I want to go down this way, I need to rotate them twice, basically. So, I mean, the nice thing with this is there isn't a limit, because now I want to cut. So I'm not going to be super efficient, but sometimes, the nice thing with this is, like, you don't have to be, there's no certain way to do it. I mean, as long as you're willing to wait, this just will do what you need. And so again, now I've got 2 creating these, I've got 2 creating these, we got the pyramid done, so now I can go there, and we've got that research unlocked. So you can see I've got toggles here, show completed, show locked. So now number 3 has gone away. If I pull that back up, like, now I can see what I did there. Which is just, at this point, more interesting than it is with anything else. Let's see what we've got here. The swapper is helpful, Okay, this is actually quite helpful. Both of these are. So I'm going to unlock the rotator and the counterclockwise rotator. So what that's going to do is give me some capabilities with my rotators now, where like what I just did here, I wouldn't need to do. So like let's fix that so I can show you what I mean. So if I do that and that, see, so now I've just got one step, and so it's just quicker. And so in theory, things should move a little bit faster. You know, but then the other things like where I just did, well, I think on the one I was doing like multiple rotations to try to get things where I needed them, but it's all working. So the only one we don't have running is this. So that's here. And so I need a half circle. Okay, I'm still holding on to these because right now, why not? All right, so what I need here again is we'll do the cutter. You know, in theory, we can do some more, but this should be okay. So we'll get halves. And then the challenge becomes, because like I've got two that are in one direction. So see, like I want to run these together, and then I want to run the others together. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring all these over. I'm going to get them in the vicinity, and then we'll start throwing these up this way. Oh, I also don't need these extra pyramids now. The quad pyramids are no longer needed. All right, so we got cutting step by step done, so that gives us 6 more points right there. So now 1 and 3 are done. So we're doing well on our progress, you know, but you can see we're already halfway with our milestones, and then we're just going to get more things going. So that was a bit of, at the end of the last episode, my hesitation of, well, do I want to go that route? But anyway, so I have this. Let me just start things producing, and then I'll worry about the rest. So we're going to get, I don't know, let's do 4 stackers. I need to start speeding things up too. All right, so it doesn't honestly matter where I go with this, as far as what's on top, what's on the bottom. How did I do that? Like, I literally am not connected here. What the heck? Well, that's odd. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to be up here, and then we want to go from here and then we want to go down and connect. All right, so sometimes this ends up being a bit of a problem. So we'll go ahead here and then go up. And in theory, that should now, there we go. So now those are moving in. So they're going to come in, and then I just need to marry up circles. So I need the counterclockwise rotator. Whoops. All right. And then what we want to do, we'll anchor this, and then we go up and there, and then we just get to the other parts of the stacker. And so the problem is, what you run into here is now these are waiting because I'm not offloading these. So you have to be using your components all the time. So we're going to bring this over here. This is going to get kind of sloppy, but hey, that's half the fun, right? But we do that, and see, so now these will start running, and then, you know, we'll get materials over here, and we now have that shape going. But what I need to figure out is now, again, I need these to end up aligned the same way, so I need now the other rotator, and, you know, I'm visualizing what I'm doing with the flow, because what I want to do is get these in here. And so that way they're all coming in to one feeder system. You know, and this looks like it's running well, but that's because things have backed up. So again, not the most efficient options that I have. Bent stacker, not that important. Third floor, I haven't even gotten to that when I had gone further. So I'm not worried about that. So the trash is one of those that I do end up using at one point. I don't know that I need it now, so I'm thinking it might be best to maybe speed up the stacking. Well, let's just get everything going a little quicker, because that will just move the factory a little bit faster. And again, as we get higher numbers, that's going to be more and more important. All right. So now I've got this part that I had, and I'm just throwing a circle on it. Okay, and then once we do that, we're just going to slice it and use it. So a lot of this, too, just, you know, I guess you could say like a factory that you'd be working with in real life. You're trying to think forward, like, how do I best utilize things so that I am not just regularly creating more complexity than I need. I'm going to look here, because I'm starting to wonder if I need that double stack, the double circle stack. All right, well, I do need it here. So I'm going to be able to use that. So what I'm trying to figure out is, do I get rid of this? But this will be helpful at that point. That's a long way away, honestly, but rather than recreating stuff again, that just seems like the smarter thing. All right, so the milestone is complete. And so now if we unlock the second milestone, now we get blueprints, which basically now allow us to save things, copy and paste. And so that, you know, that's the benefit, where I can say, hey, I've got this double stacking capability that works, and then we've got some new tasks here. All right, so again, we're going to work, we've basically just got 4 shapes we need. You know, and you can see it's kind of showing you that, all right, I'm going to build this, yeah, then I'm going to place this on a square, but then basically once I have this, this then just becomes additive to that. So, you know, and then once we get past milestone 3, then we're getting ready to unlock the factory, because then we get our operator certification. So basically what they're trying to do here, all right, so let's stop this. Let's stop this. Because once again, if nothing else, like, you know, I can maybe leave these things. All right, I also don't, wait a minute. Oh, I see, because we switched to, I need this with a circle on top. So once again, I want these, I want these, whoops, I want these, but I don't necessarily want them kind of the way I've had them. So I'm just kind of cleaning this up. See, so the challenge is, because I've got no circles. So see, so what I can do now is I can that's not what I wanted. I can highlight this, and then basically, see, now I can save a blueprint and, you know, call it something. So let's say, let's just say stacker pack, and then we save. You know, but the other thing is, like, now I have a copy, you know, and I could just like place it, see, so that's the benefit there. You know, but now I could pull that blueprint up. But what I think I'm going to do in the interim is I'm going to break this out here, and I am going to, yeah, it's not going to do what I want. There we go. That'll do what I want. Because what I'm trying to do is get these working. The problem is it's really one feed at this point. But I'm trying not to break this. Let's see. What if I, because you can't really, I mean, I guess you can move it, and then we can just put it over here. And that way it's there to utilize, but I don't have to worry about it, and I can actually do what I wanted. Well, actually, whoops, that's okay, because what I want is I want these parallel so that I have everything, because I'm trying to get them to couple up with these. You know, and because I have kind of two factories, that's what I'm looking at. So we're going to get these stacked here. We're going to get 3 there, and then we're going to get 3 there. All right, so we're going to basically grab these. That does that. We're going to take these, that does that, and that. Okay, so then we've got that, and then I just need to get the circles over. So what I'm looking at is, say, bring this over, and then we're going to anchor it there. We're going to anchor it there. We're going to do that. So that's a lot of second floor. That is more than I need, but you know, it's all right. And again, then we're going to bring this one over this way, and that should be all of them, and it is. And then I can go, we'll hide that, we'll get that collected, and so you can see I've got the right shape. So that is now connected there. Ooh. So, yeah, that'll work. We'll get that there. Oops. And what we want is an anchor there and there. And then we've got all those points as soon as, you know, we get circles over and all of that. So again, all the circles are finally making their way over to this part of the factory. So it takes a little bit of time. But again, what I'm trying to do is keep things going. So again, now we have 5, 6, and 7. So we have all of these available to us, which is everything before our operator certification. So now you can see, like, we can do a lot of things. This one just lit up because we're finally getting our first items thrown into the vortex. Again, these are still valid for here. We're getting really close to being done. These are not necessary right now. You know, and this is where you can think it through a little bit more, but to do that, you know, frankly takes a bit of time. And so sometimes I've found it's just easier to, you know, kind of move things over. You know, what I'm trying to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, I'm not sure if I want to maintain this whole connection here. Because basically what this is a feeder. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to make this a blueprint. Because basically, you know, if I grab this and then save it, is it a cut or it's a cutting? Okay. Half. Not sure if that makes sense, but calling it the half. Okay, yeah, it's the half stacker. So I see. So it's doing 2 halves. So basically, again, like if I wanted to stack those, so that gives me that piece. This is just a base stacker to kind of get, you know, the full item. So the only difference is this includes the cutters that is giving me the halves. Let me break this to just slow things down. You know, because again, we're rotating and cutting there. And, you know, we could use that capability here, but we need different things. And so, you know, this is just where it gets entertaining. There's no other magic about it. All right, so the last halves with halves. And you'll see, you know, you don't get a lot of research points in the beginning, but you do then, you know, kind of get your payoff at the end where you get the 6. All right. So, let's see. So really these 2 are still... All right, let's see if we can get that one going. So that was obviously here. And what I need with this is I need to put the other part on top. Do I have the circle? Yeah, I do. It's these before I cut them. So see what I need is this, and I might just be able to grab them ahead. Because it's rotating. Yeah, because I really don't need this either. I just need those stacked halves. But see, the inefficiency is they're like on opposite sides. You know, because if I take these and then, because what I want to do then is I want to break this here. We'll knock this all off. Oops, that wasn't quite what I wanted to do. You know, those can keep running. So it might be okay. I don't know if I can go over with the vortex, but basically, I need these rotated the other way. So 2 of them. So we'll do the rotation, and then we'll bring it down to 1. And then what we want to do, can I go over the vortex? I've never tried this. No, you can't. I didn't think so. That would have surprised me if we could have done that. So let me get this here. But at this point, are those aligned where I need them? Yeah, they're on the top. So yep, that'll work. All right. So whoops. Yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about too. See, because now I don't have enough levels. Like I can get there. God, this is going to be such a disaster. But this is half the fun, right? Because I can go through here like this. And then what I'm doing is connecting to there. And that provides what I need. So it's really an ugly, ugly way to do this. No two ways about it. But it will get what I need. All right, and so this, now I need to go to where those were, which will be here. And then basically what I'm looking at doing is cutting so what I need is the one that drops it, and then that will get me that last segment. So it's going to slow things down, but it'll work. And that will get that last segment here of the recycling milestone shapes. And then the milestone halves are coming right now. So we're going to see them light up as soon as that starts tossing some in. There we go. So now we have these two going. And then what I don't have is anything else that's going. All right, so we're about halfway in to where I want to be. All right, so I've got these and these basically. I need to just stack two corner sections. So I know I've got the rotated, there they are. Okay, so there's the rotated squares. And then I just need to literally do the same thing with circles. So like right now, this circle feed is not being used. But man, I could use half circles. Can always use half circles, I'll tell you that. So basically what you can start to do is you can try to get more efficient with like, hey, I've got blueprints, and then you're not like laying everything down fresh again, but there's nothing that stops you from doing that. It just, you know, takes a little bit more time, and it just really depends how you want to work through things. The other pieces, do I have a circle on a square quarter? I don't think I do. All right. So yeah, I'm just kind of losing myself a little bit here in how I want to do, because yeah, we also have, like, we have two of these coming in. All right, so just, I'd like to get a little more automated, but if I'm being honest, it's challenging to do that. All right, so we have that. And then I really don't need that. I can bring these closer because again, I'm kind of running everything over here, But what I'm trying to figure out is, all right, because I basically need this same structure with the circles. So let's see. If I, all right, there's nothing that requires me to keep this. Like, I have it as a blueprint, so I can always bring that up. And then again, I can save this as a blueprint, so that is diagonals. I spelled it wrong, I think. Diagonals, save. Alright, so diagonals, half stacker. See, the thing is, like, you can't really see them when you look at them. You know, because I've got this triple stacker that I did from before, so I do have my old blueprints, so some of that hasn't cleaned up. But basically here then I can go to the blueprints and do the diagonals, and then we just rotate this, and I should be able to pop it in here, and then basically run this in there. And then what we'll get is exactly that. So that's the benefit of the blueprint. Like, I just popped it down and now I've got diagonal circles. So as long as I know what I'm starting with, you know, I'm in good shape. And now I just need to rotate 180 degrees? No, 90 degrees. So it doesn't honestly matter which way I do it. Again, because I need two, we'll go ahead there. And then I think, again, just I don't want to delete things by accident. I've done way too much of that. So I'm going to do this, and then we're going to put stackers in here. We'll just do 4. That'll work for now. And again, it doesn't matter which one is on the bottom, which one is on the top, because the way these are coming together, they're not stacking. Even though these are stackers, you're using stackers to, in essence, assemble. Here is what you're doing. Okay, so now I do that, and now we can see again I've got that shape, which is what I need, coming, and so now I'm building my first milestone shape. You know, and I could go faster. You know, basically if I had another set of circles, I could make use of this, but for now I don't know that I need that. But I can also clean this up, because again, I have this piece. The only difference is, like, because this has an angle, it might not be exactly the way I want it all the time, but you know, we can always rotate things around. All right, so what I really then need is something that gets me 3/4, like a 3/4 build, and then I can use that both for this, and then I just have to throw the quarter in there, you know. So I have a couple things there. So all right, that's still green. This one's not. Okay, so everything that is throwing parts in is doing what I need. Again, we're moving very quickly on these because I have 2 lines, servicing that, but basically this line isn't working. All right, it's just a lot of slop, honestly. All right, I just want to make sure it's not. Whoopsie, I don't. No, 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 no. Shoot. All right. See. All right. So I'm trying to go too far, and then what it did is see, it's grabbing the top. So what I need to do is basically eliminate that, and then it eliminates that opportunity. So the question is, did I have... So this is where sometimes looking back, I really didn't have a 3/4 shape set up. Because the problem is, what I need, I'm trying to think the most efficient way. I'm thinking actually doing a cutter. All right, I see what it was doing. I think because I'm not on, because yeah, I don't have the swapper, which I don't quite need yet. But if I do the cutter, I'll get this halved. So I guess let me just kind of build this as I go. All right, so I'm going to get that, and then basically what I need is then one of these needs to be rotated, and so I want to rotate this one that way. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so we got another shape done. Is that the end of the chain? It is. Alright, so we got that completed. And pretty soon we'll have halves with halves, and then at least the only pin tasks we have are the ones from this milestone. You know, so that is what I'm trying to change. Alright, so what I want to do is take this away here. And then I want, again, because, whoops, now I need a halve, well, do I need a halve destroyer, or can I do the cutter, now that I think about it? Because if I do another cutter, now I've got multiple quarters. Again, I'm trying to waste less. Because the question is, does it matter? I mean, I'm going to have to rotate the one, I guess, again. So I want to rotate it that way so that they're in the same place. And then I can bring these over. And so now I have these that I can join. And again, I've got, in theory, 6 stackers. Again, this is like not really efficiently built. I mean, it's just, it's really kind of everywhere. And I know what I mean by it. I think you know what I mean by it too, but like it's taking up way more square footage than it needs to. Alright, so I'm going to get a lot of pieces on top, but it's not ultimately going to get me anywhere useful. Alright, so that should get me there. Yep, and there we go. Alright, so let's just break this here. We'll break this here. And then that will, oh, I thought I broke it here. I must not have, but there we go. Alright. So I've got 3 shapes running. Like all of this is working, but oh no, some of this, where's this going? See, like I can't even keep track. Okay, so that is the one that's going way around. See, the thing that, I mean, this isn't terrible, but it's not great. So, but we'll grab it because we have the concept. And so we'll save this as 3/4 and save it. Alright, another shape goal has been, oh, I see, that's just been on the milestone, I think. So yes, we got that done. So now I just need to stack that on a square, and then I need that diagonal, which I already have. The diagonal. The problem is, oh, well, no, because I still need this shape. But see, this is where it would be helpful to have basically another one of these, but I don't have room for it. Or do I have room over here? Not really, because I'm using all of this. Ay, 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 ay. Or am I using? Yes. There's just a lot happening. But yes, I need this double stacker because of that. Okay, these are only backed up or available because I don't need them. Alright. So I can siphon some off here. So we'll do that. Whoops. Ah, great. Alright, so this actually doesn't work well at all. So let me... Alright. So I need those there, but yes. I suppose I can... Hold on. I can siphon off from here. So I can do that, and then I have these. Alright, let's hide this again. Alright. So, on the beginning, I need... Again, we'll just put these in place. Alright. And then I need these to go up and over. So, right. So that's what I need there. And then that will line those up on top, because I then need to bring in a square. Alright, I'm confused. Why? Why are these not running? So it's almost like I've created a backlog here where this can't split because I don't have enough or something. That's not good. Alright, so maybe what I do... Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so if I do this... Oops. If I do that... So I need, like, this one can go there. So that kind of works. I mean, it gets one through, but let's see. And then basically I need a rotator. I need the 180-degree rotator. And then that will work. And those will go. Because in theory then, yeah, it'll cut these and that will help. But you kind of almost need this for the 3/4 part. So I almost need this added space to keep things moving, maybe. So let me rebuild this here. And we're going to save as 3/4. So there we go. Let's see, because hopefully that will keep working. All right, we've got this done. All right, so now we are done with the old halves. All right, I'm just so I have all the pieces, I'm going to do the swapper and I'm going to do the trash. So now I've got all the segments that gives me literally everything I can do, because I think this will start to become useful at some point. Obviously the extractor is the extractor. Alright, so I was not quite finished here, so I think I need to, oh no. Well, I mean, I do need that, but what I need is, in the interim, I need to get squares over there, which unfortunately I think is going to be a challenge because of these overpasses. Because I can't bring it underneath here. I was going to bring it around from the other side. So yeah, I just have a lot that I'm not using. Right, because the other piece, like I have the circles, I was bringing that over to then work with some of these as well. It's almost simpler if I drop things off. I'm just about tempted to say, hey, I'm caught up for now. I mean, because it's not that challenging. Because honestly, what I'm trying to figure out now is if I do this, bring it down. Okay, that gets me those. I siphon this off. That gets me those. And then basically I just need some stackers here. And again, squares on the bottom. So these just go here. And these go here. And then I just need to get them somewhere where I can feed them in to the location. The easiest thing would be here. Again, I'm just creating all these overlaps that are frankly quite inefficient. So I bring that down and then do that. Like in theory, let's see. Oh, no, okay. So I want to break that. Let's see. So if I put that up, so basically it's this piece here, and then I want to run that there. Okay. So we got a few pieces of junk in between, which is fine. But now we've got these going. All right, we've got which one? This one? All right, so that quarter is done. Oh boy. So the problem becomes, again, now I've like backed myself into a corner here, because really this just requires me to grab some of these parts and stack them. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop, and we might just kind of take everything, whoops, we might just take everything down, because at this point the only part I'm making is this. So I'm going to wrap up this episode, but you can start to see the complexity that starts to come in, and I'm wrestling in my head with the blueprints and all of that, because at this point, like I've got half stacks, I've got triple stacks, I've got a bunch of different types of factory components. But what I may want to do is just start rebuilding things and then again saving them over so I have the most compact format of something. Because for example, for that next piece, what I was thinking is I basically need 2 sets of those 3/4 pieces somewhere near each other to then be able to then bring those 2 separate stacks together, stack them, and go. That would be the most efficient way to do it. But the way I have it built right now, it just takes a lot of space. And I think because I have so much and I had so many things just going all the way across the platform and all that, it was just too much in my head to try to like visualize what needed to stay and what didn't, because I've certainly run into the process in the past where I thought something wasn't being used because it wasn't running, and then I erased it and then realized, oh, that was feeding these parts over here, and like parts that I had been making suddenly stopped because of that. So in any event, that gets us through another portion. As always, if you have not liked the videos or are not a subscriber, please consider those things, and I will see you next time.